Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel Garden Fun Times. Today we're diving into one of the oldest and most nutritious crops out there, fava beans. Whether you're new to gardening or an experienced grower, I'm going to take you step by step through everything you need to know about growing fava beans from seed to harvest. In this video, you will learn an introduction to fava beans, when and where to plant fava beans, planting fava beans from seed, growing fava beans and care tips, and fava bean companion plants and bonus tips. So if you want to learn more about fava beans, please keep watching. Thank you. The best way to learn how to grow fava beans is to buy seeds and plant them. This is my recommendation off of Amazon. These look like something you would just buy at the store, which is great, but you can use them for sprouting and cooking. So you get 2 pounds for $10, and the link will be in the description. It's a great deal, and you'll have plenty of fava beans. Fava beans, also known as broad beans, have been cultivated for thousands of years, dating all the way back to ancient Egypt and Rome. They're rich in protein, fiber, and vitamins, making them a fantastic addition to any garden. Plus, they're super easy to grow and an excellent cover crop that enriches your soil. A win-win. These beans thrive in cooler temperatures, making them perfect for early spring or fall planting. Did you know they actually help fix nitrogen into the soil? So they're not just good for you, they're good for the garden too. The first thing to know is when to plant your fava beans. They prefer cool weather, so early spring or late fall is the best time. Ideal temperature is 60 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit or 15 to 21 degrees Celsius. If you live in a mild climate like coastal regions, you can plant them in the fall and they'll grow through the winter. For most other climates, early spring is perfect. Fava beans like full sun but will tolerate partial shade. Make sure you plant them in well-drained soil. They're pretty hardy and can tolerate poor soil, but adding compost or organic matter will give them a boost. Now let's get to planting. Fava beans are direct sown, which means you plant the seeds directly in the ground. No need for starting indoors. Here's how you do it. You'll want to plant your fava bean seeds about 1 to 2 inches deep and space them about 6 inches apart. I like to plant them in rows with about 12 to 18 inches between each row. This gives them plenty of room to grow. After planting, give them a good watering. Fava beans love consistent moisture, especially while they're germinating. In about 7 to 14 days, you'll start to see your seedlings sprout. Once your fava beans start growing, they're pretty low maintenance. Just keep the soil moist but not waterlogged. Fava beans do best with about 1 inch of water per week, and mulching around the plants can help retain moisture. Pests aren't a huge issue with fava beans, but keep an eye out for aphids. If you see them, just spray the plants with a little soapy water or introduce ladybugs to your garden to help control them. As the plant grows, they may need some support, especially if you're in a windy area. You can use stakes or even a simple trellis to keep them upright. Fava beans are also great companion plants. Since they fix nitrogen in the soil, they pair well with heavy feeders like tomatoes, cucumbers, and lettuce. You can plant them to enrich the soil for your other crops. Now the fun part, harvesting. Fava beans take about 80 to 100 days to mature. You'll know they're ready when the pods are full and firm but still green. If the pods start turning brown, you've waited too long. To harvest, simply snap the pods off the plant. You can eat fava beans at different stages. Young pods can be eaten whole, while mature beans can be shelled and eaten fresh or dried for later. If you want to preserve your fava beans, you got a few options. Fresh fava beans can be blanched and frozen for up to a year. Just blanch them for about 2 minutes, throw them in an ice-cold bath, and then freeze them in airtight bags. Alternatively, you can dry them. Dried fava beans store well for months and are great for soups and stews. Now that we've harvested our beans, let's cook up a quick and delicious fava bean recipe. Fava bean and garlic spread. This is perfect as a dip or spread for sandwiches. The recipe is 2 cups of cooked and shelled fava beans, 2 cloves of garlic, 1/4 cup olive oil, and salt and pepper to taste. Just blend your cooked fava beans with garlic, olive oil, salt, and pepper. You can add a squeeze of lemon juice for some extra zest. Serve it with pita bread or veggies and enjoy. I like to save fava beans for the next season because we get a lot and they're very filling. So what I'll do is I will just take the fava beans and shell them and then put them on a paper towel to dry in a nice dry spot. It takes about 1 week, maybe 2 weeks in the colder weather. And then I just put them away for the year, and then right around October, I'll plant them in the garden. And you will get a lot of fava beans off of one fava bean, so just keep the cycle going. And I got my fava beans to go all the way until summer, until they got kind of funky. So it's pretty much they'll last until late spring and just keep harvesting them, and the soil turned out really, really, really well. And that's it. Growing fava beans is not only easy but incredibly rewarding. Whether you're using them as a cover crop, eating them fresh, or preserving them for later, fava beans are a fantastic addition to any garden. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions or tips, drop them in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more garden videos. Thank you for watching Garden Fun Times, where gardening is fun when you actually know what you're doing. Bye!